So, remind me again when I gotta do this? Oh, I don't know, stability and usual security measure problems when it comes to being a Croatian citizen, and whatever the hell this guy was saying last time you did your previous review. By the way, card 2, by the way, hey, Forge. And yeah, Retro's gotta do something stupid. How stupid we're talking here. The Great High Slayer, he's finally here, and you owed a review. Okay, are we really doing this? Yeah, we're really doing this. Hey, everybody, what's up? This is RetroKid Reviews, and look, you all know who I am, you know what I'll do, and yeah, I'm not gonna be a real nerd version. Oh, thank God. However, that half-length stuff sounds pretty cool. Hey, Retro, actually, that would help me a lot, knowing certain someone's still here, and apparently still retains a lot of Marvel memories multiversal-wise. Wait, seriously? Yeah. Oh, come on! I am totally Dart Zone. I'm gonna use the X-Shot Pro stuff, and that long shot looks really cool. And just make my mask, Retro. Come on, it's really cool. Okay. We'll talk about it, Cole. Don't worry about it. Also, is your, mini-series almost done yet? I mean, kinda. I don't really know. Yeah, what of it, Frank? Amateur. Oh, I'm an amateur! Yeah, sure. Try doing multiversal stuff. Try being stuck in a weird world and having your wife come back and divorce your gear and have your stuff and just get to the damn review on it. So, long story short, per Frank's request, this is Punisher Warzone. But before we get to that, I need to do a couple of things. First and foremost, a moment of silence for the late passing of Ray Stevenson, who played this version of Frank. And also, we'll be talking about this more importantly, about his long-lasting legacy when Asoka comes out later this year, hence why I'm in the Star Wars armor. Is that right, Frank? Oh, no, I just thought you'd actually have, War Machine armor or some stuff like that by now, knowing your gear. Oh! You have not been following my channel at all. I was stuck in a freaking hand commune for, the last year and a half. What do you think is gonna happen? Okay, true. And why am I barricaded? Because I need information on where her dumbass is. Your wife or my high mistress? The high mistress. Okay, sure, whatever. Former witnesses. Oh, and, yeah, Red was supposed to be here. And by Red, he means Daredevil. Yeah, what's going on with him? He's kind of fighting the devil in hell, I think. That's what Elektra told me. Oh. Also, she wants to know when's her Marvel Legends figure. Seriously, all those announcements and all those figures will be coming soon. Trust me, guys. I want to review them just as bad as you guys want them to be real nerd versions of them. Yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty weird. I mean, the gear could be a little bit better. Okay, let's just get to the movie. So, yeah, my obvious thoughts on the previous movie, the 2031, which I don't have time to do a whole thing. Wow, you have faulty equipment already? I'm sorry, I'm doing this impromptu. You want me to do this any better? Okay, also, really? Radio checks? Were you micro? Oh yeah, speaking of micro, let's get to Wayne Knight here. Because, who put in their bingo card the most comic-accurate version of, I guess, the Warzone years? Micro was going to be Wayne Knight because, I don't know, it sounds like stunt casting at the time. I don't know. As for Stevenson himself, he's a little bit longer in the game continuity-wise. I think when his family got taken out by the mob, and his continuity was a few years longer than I think Thomas Jane's interpretation of the character. And as much as I would love to do a retro review of Thomas Jane's adaptation of Frank, with mostly, I guess, Garth Ennis run kind of dialogue, I kind of can't because, one, it's behind the times again, two, I think the guy's still a contributor or actor or still on the payroll with the Daily Wire, and also, speaking of, last week, screw those guys too, because, hell, I'm talking about Ben Shapiro on this channel. I mean, you could. No, I'm not debating him, he's an idiot, don't worry about it. So, that being said, what do I think of this version of Frank, Stevenson-wise? It's actually pretty good. You get a better Jigsaw than the Netflix show tried, and believe me, I tried my best to defend it when it was new, so go to that review of Season 2 if you want to see my real thoughts there. And, for most of the first 20 minutes is basically Frank doing what he does best, and yeah, the, mob family attack was probably the best scene of the show, whole movie, and, yeah, the third act. Apparently, Frank was way too adamant about that gear loadout. Okay, look, F416s were kind of a thing, and long story short, a lot of that loadout in the final act kind of looks like your Nerf gear with Proud Papas and sidecar attachments and stuff like that. And also, it was the late 2000s, with putting red dots on the front was the style at the time. You know, you don't have to be tactical all the time. We could just talk about the plot and how you totally messed up and took a field agent out and you felt really sorry for her. his wife, and he wanted to check up on him, kind of remind you of Maria and stuff like that, or any of those plot-oriented details? No, because I want to talk about how I used a rocket to take out TJ Storm. Who? The guy that basically did Legendary's Godzilla. You know, the good American Godzilla. Oh, that guy was there too? Oh, no, was he the Jamaican parkour guys? Okay, wow, Frank, are you any more behind the times than usual? I thought I said that too. Whoa. Oh, wait, is this because I mentioned Julie Beals? Yes, you did. Hi, Dexter. So, are you a Force Ghost? Did you rig a Resurrection Protocol just to have Harrison be half mutant? What we got this time? Well, honestly, I just want to know when's the spin-offs. Oh, I don't know, Dex. How about you tell me freaking showtime when you're done faking your death umpteen time again? I'm not faking my death. I'm actually dead in the show, and in the Jeff Lizzie books. So it's just Harrison and possibly a prequel of me. Oh, God, why Showtime? Just let him rest. Let the franchise end. Anyway, look, we're going to be here all day, and we're doing a bunch of spin-offs, and yeah, this movie's actually pretty short, willingly and mercifully. There is some plot details we missed, like most of the cops and stuff like that, and as FBI agents kind of fantasizing being Frank sometimes, kind of totally not a parallel to cops in real life these days, so I guess art imitating life and stuff like that, whatever. But ultimately, thank God this is a retro review, because if I had to review this when it was new at the time, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually more negative back then than I was when this was new. Because, long story short, a lot of people were making parallels with him, and this version of Jigsaw is basically ripping off Batman 89's plot, which more or less was, especially when you get to the final act. But at the time and going now, a lot of the effects for most of Frank's shooting does hold up. The tomb, or whatever the hell he uses as an underground lair, kind of reminds me of the 80s version of the character when it came to Dolph Lundgren's portrayal. And, yeah, with that all being said, no rating, because like I said, thank God it's a retro review, and if you're up to putting up with Punisher material, go ahead. It's the least crazy out of, like, 4 interpretations of the character. I still think the Netflix version of the character is probably the best one. John Berthold did the best of what he could with the material back then as well. And that's kind of what you get. Ultimately, it's really up to you which version of Frank you like, both in screen and in the comics, because, yeah, we're alluding to Jason Aaron, because the whole reason why the whole hand stuff has been happening here for a year and a half here on the channel is because, yeah, he kind of took over and did really, really good at taking down crime his way, and kind of pissed off the Avengers and put you in a limbo-ish world. Weird world. It's a whole place where basically all the Conan the Barbarian characters hang out, and I just want to help out there, and just call me Frank. I don't want my real, like, old name sake of it. Dude, yeah, growth. I'm a tragic character. I'm going to lean on if it gets me back on the comics more. Alright, I got him there. Oh, and yeah, technically speaking, I do kind of know him because he did debut in my comics when, I guess, the first iteration of the Clone Saga was happening, so, I don't know. Look, Frank, you've always been a mess, but you can't be that messy these days. I nearly took over the hand. Okay, so he's not messy. And, yeah, ultimately, it's a good run. Comic-wise, Jason Aaron is trying to do the best of what he could with the material, and yeah, everyone's kind of complaining that he's speedrunning the Max run again when it comes to Maria's side of the story, but honestly, this is more I get to know about this family than I did throughout any version of this version of Frank on screen. Yeah, there were some bits and pieces of it in the show, but still not enough. I still want to know Maria's side of the story, and hell, maybe the kids too, in case, you know, any of them lived in the Aaron run, but didn't happen, and that's what could you do? Also, there's weird, like versions of Frank that isn't just him taking over the hand. There's, like, him in the future, there's, like, him being Frankencastle, and there's, yeah, we're not gonna talk about the other controversial, like, things you had to do undercover. Right, yeah, look it up on your own, don't worry about it. Also, it's not the Eminem, crossover, because that was weirder than it is. Wait, he crossed over with Eminem? Why? That's so weird. Yeah, Frank in the comics is wilder and really crazier than what 4 versions of this guy on screen could ever do, and more importantly, is he going to get nerfed in the new Daredevil show under Disney Plus? Probably. I mean, I doubt it immensely, but if they still want to do like a low-tier version of it, or him freaking out that superpower people are a thing and are going for him, kind of like in the early versions of Aaron's run back in 2014, yes, I remember that run. That'd be kind of funny, I'm gonna be honest with you. Probably the only time I guess Frank will be actually humorous, so balls in your court there, Disney, just in case. So with that all being said, thank you for watching, and more importantly, thank you to Ray Stevenson for his time and contribution in mostly Marvel properties. I know he's a bigger actor after this, and yeah, it was either this or the remake to Point Break that I swore I would never do a review for, so yeah, still honoring that, even is now passing, so... end cards coming up to Frank totally not bamfing out back to that world. I could do it! I could totally... It's just, I gotta remember my demon powers. Gotta remember my hand demon powers. You totally used it. You wasted all of it. Not now, Ichimoji-san. Okay, so we're just giving me a name now, right? Is this how it happens? You guys are weird. Welcome to my channel, dude. Anyway, go to Forge here, I guess, citing it? Yeah, hang on, let me see here. Let me work off of here. And doink! Yeah, look, we can hide a lot of secrets here, but... Frank is definitely not one of them that needs to be shared, those secrets. Oh, I also have Illuminati meeting because Ultimates are happening again. Wait, what? Yeah, go to my Confused Face here for whenever Critical Role's new episode short drops, and I guess Grifter here totally helping me and backing me up, right? Because you do have, remember, retain some X-Men knowledge. Actually, I'm kind of forgetful, and I kind of just want to go back to that Bat family. And also, card here through his previous review, which was Across the Spider-Verse, and why is that a pig there? Oh, for God's sake, I'm John Mulaney! Nah, not really. Okay, dude, we're really not cosplaying him. Like, I need to do something here, because this is a lot heavier than usual. Anyway, I guess, notification down below, and seriously, this is the best version of movie Frank until Bernthal gets a movie, pretty much. But yeah, ultimately, my apologies in advance if this was too heavy or not enough footage or whatever. I kind of don't want YouTube copyrights on me on this one, and for some weird reason, you can see this movie in full in Peacock Plus. I don't get it. Streaming services are weird in my states. Your mileage may vary where you get it legally, Netflix-wise, whatever country you're from. Ultimately, if you're going to watch Punisher movies, this is my last recommendation. Just get a VPN just in case, like, I don't know, you get weird or whatever. That all being said, take care, subscribe, and, yeah, this is probably the best version we're going to get of Frank we're going to get in a while, and thank you, Ray Stevenson, for all you could, and I'll try to do a proper tribute with him when Asoka comes out next time. So, anyway, take care, and, seriously, do I really gotta make it War Machine armor? No, you're not gonna get it. I mean, it sounds cool. Retro, seriously, no.